That is some high quality H2O. What is up, my interwebby type people? Welcome to Shareware, where we share the latest and greatest in technology. Once again, I got sent myself a little item, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you what I like, what I didn't like, what I wish they would have done differently, if anything, in regards to what I have sitting on this table right here, which is the Bluedio CS4. Now, this thing came out, I believe, 16 days ago, 2 weeks roughly. 2 weeks ago this came out. I've had it sitting in this vicinity waiting for me to make a damn video because I'm busy and it sucks. But finally doing it. Now, first of all, if you have seen any of my videos, you know that I love me some Bluedio. From the Turbine Series headphone to the UFO Plus, which I was sent and made a video for relatively recently, I freaking love what Bluedio is doing. Bluedio, the UFO Plus, if you didn't watch that video, that had 12 drivers in it, which means there's 12 speakers in one set of headphones. No one is doing what Bluedio is doing or trying to do. And it's refreshing to have a tech company that's changing the game a little bit. You know, everyone's making headphones, everyone's making wireless speakers. They're trying to be different, and I commend them for it. So, jumping into this, like I said, it's the CS4. What I feel like they tried to do with this is they wanted to make something that is mature. Now, there are tons of speakers, which this is price pointed at $50. There's tons of speakers in that price point that are all trying these weird, crazy, creative, I'll give them that, but crazy things to make you want to buy their product and make it stand out. Whether it be lights inside, water inside, have it float on water, have it be able to land in water, have it be made of water. There's a lot of different weird things going on with speakers, a lot with water for some reason. But anyways, a lot of weird things. Bluedio decided to kick it old school and make something that was actually mature, something that you actually want to have sitting on your desk with all of your other expensive gadgets and computers, and just have it be an overall clean setup. I'm gonna go ahead and start opening this thing, but while I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. What this thing reminds me of, and something that I can compare it to, which is kind of astonishing being at a $50 price point, would be the Bose SoundLink 2. If any of you have seen that or heard that, very, very similar. Both of them metal bodies, both of them around the same size, both of them have 2 drivers inside, surround sound capabilities. They're very, very similar. This just happens to be a quarter of the freaking price. And it looks just as wealthy. So what more could you ask for? Anyways, getting into the box, what you got here is, just like the UFO Pluses, if you saw me open that, the unboxing experience for this whole thing makes it sure feel like it's worth more than $50. I've gotten a lot of products in that price point where they'll send me a blank cardboard box that smells like it got ran through Pike Place. It's funky. And it's refreshing to see that Bluedio is taking the same kind of care that they did with their $250 headphones with a $50 wireless speaker. So inside the box you get your user manual, CS4, Bluetooth 4.1, 52 millimeter drivers. I'm just going to keep rambling off facts while I talk about it, but you got your manual right there. Inside here you have a neoprene case that says Bluedio Amazing Life. Comes with a carabiner, much like, actually let me see if I can find them real quick, but this was the case that the UFO Pluses came in, if you guys can remember. You got the felt inside. There was felt inside the box for the CS4. You got the neoprene and a carabiner. Neoprene, carabiner. I'm starting to see a trend, and I'm not hating it. Let's get this out of the way. But so inside the box, you have the speaker covered in a nice little neoprene protector. There's a little pouch on the side, which has your 3.5 cord, if you need it, which if you're buying a Bluetooth speaker, once again, I hope you don't. You have a micro USB for charging, which these are about, I want to say maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet long. Not my forte when it comes to charging devices, anything under the 3 feet cardinal rule, but at least you get a cord. Now inside here, let me pull it out. Now I've already had my grubby little fingers all over it, and it is hot as hell in here. So you're gonna see a little bit of smudgies, but this is what it looks like. Once again, much like that Bose speaker I was talking about. It says Bluedio across the front. You got a metal mesh grill, metal top, metal, the whole damn thing is metal, which is really nice. On top here we have this little plasticky thing that when you peel off, It just says Bluedio Amazing Life. It's kind of a nice little thing that I would have thought would have been a display of some kind, maybe a clock, but it's not. It just has little LEDs that indicate what buttons you've been pressing. Like I said, 52mm driver, 96 decibel range with a 2-watt speaker. So this thing gets loud. Now, being that it is a metal body, like a lot of the other speakers I've tested, and I'm starting to notice a trend, being as I have tested so many at this point, metal body speakers, they give you a very clear, crisp sound. They don't give you much bass because there's not a lot of warmth. But they do give you this very airy, clear sound, which makes music like country, acoustic, you know, even some rock and roll. Things like that just sound really, really, really nice. So if that's your style of music, go with a metal body speaker. If it's not, and you want your 4.0 Bluetooth speaker to do you some dubstep, go a different route. They also have a feature in here that they're calling 3D sound, which essentially is just kind of a surround sound feature for the speaker. Both drivers are independent and they're free floating, essentially independent, and that allows them to each do their own thing and kind of mesh together to create a full sound. But being as that it's in something this small, a lot of times when things try to do that, it gets lost. And it's hard to tell the difference between the 3D sound, which is a stereo sound, and just the regular playback. But it's a cool feature to have. It's cool that they're attempting it. It's just something this small that's tough. You also have a mute button, which is wonderful. If you're using this at work and you got to take a call, that's perfect. You got your plus volume, minus volume, and the power button, which if you quick tap will launch into things like Siri on your mobile device. Now, like I said, it is Bluetooth 4.1, which means you're going to get that 30-foot range, non-obstructed, kind of comes in and out when you are obstructed. Battery life in this thing, there is a 3,000 milliwatt hour battery, which gives you about 5 hours of playback at 80% volume, give or take a few minutes, but that's not bad. You're not going to be able to run this all day at work and not charge it. It's just not going to happen. But that's also not exactly what I feel like this was designed for. This thing gets loud enough to where it's filling a room. This is your after work, hanging in the house with some friends. You got this on the kitchen counter, or, in your office when you're trying to get some work done on the weekends, you have this going up on a shelf. That's more what it's designed for. It's not the one that you're just going to have running in the background. It wants to be heard because it's worth it, frankly. Now, some things that I feel like it's lacking, which at this price point, I really don't feel like I should be picky when it looks this good. I can tell they put a lot of money into the construction of this thing, and for only $50, that's impressive. But some things that it's lacking, NFC, which not everyone uses it. I don't personally use it, but that is a good feature to have. You always want that alternative to Bluetooth, the thing that you can just, tap and connect. It's always way more convenient for the people that do actually use it. And then also the bass, which I've said, it's not an all-around perfect speaker. It's not an all-around perfect speaker when it comes to all music genres. And I would have preferred a little more bass, but I understand that when you have a metallic body mixed with a fiberglass cone on your driver, you're not going to get that much bass out of it, and that's pretty understandable. But, overall, just sound clarity and, sharpness and just overall loudness, volume capability for something this small is very, very impressive. Which, speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and load up a YouTube video, and you're going to be hearing it through my lav mic, so it's not going to be that great, but hopefully you'll get a feel of exactly how loud this thing is and what it sounds like. And I'm going to try to pick a song that best caters to its capabilities.
I think it's so cute, and I think it's so sweet, how you let your friends encourage you to be so rude to me. Girl, you tryna say I'm just spitting game, telling me I play with every girl. That ain't the truth at all. Not every man's a dog. I wanted you to know you're beautiful. You're stuck in a zone, you're gonna end up alone. No, I ain't just talk, so blah blah blah. But still you like enter the I to the no. Oh, higher powers taking a hold on me. I ain't need one dance, got Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold of me. Baby, I like your style. baby, and this is what she came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves, and everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. But she's looking at you.
So hopefully you've got an idea of exactly, how that thing sounds, what music it sounds good with. Like I said, there is bass. It's not very prominent. It is just overall a very good, clear sounding speaker produced by Bluedio, who I am just loving by the day when it comes to the things that they're coming out with. All of the products in this market are, just going above and beyond and trying to stand out. Maybe there's something said for, a product that just blends in, looks good, and sounds great. And, Bluedio accomplished that. And there's only a few companies out there that are still, sticking to this kind of style. And it's nice to be able to get something that, you can sit in any home and it doesn't look out of place. Anyways, guys, that is it for this one. Like this video. Let me know down in the comments if there's something else you'd like me to review, and I'll try to get my hands on it. Anyways, love you all. Deuces, kitties.